Okay, hello and welcome to Site Searching in Joomla 4.0. Yeah, I'm going to try to present you a little bit what's going to be the future in search in Joomla. My name is Hannes Papenberg. I'm a freelancer, Joomla freelancer. I've been a long-time Joomla contributor basically since 2005. I'm from Münster, Germany, and if you want to contact me, there's a web address. Yeah, our current situation, we've got a ComSearch, which is widely used, which is simply scanning the database for keywords and spitting out some results, mostly unstructured, and it's widely used, but not very efficient, not very nice results. We've also got a ComFinder, which is rarely used, but actually pretty good. But it has its issues. Yeah, the question is what's going to be the future of searching in Joomla? I think it's the Finder or Smart Search that we've got in Joomla since 2005. It's been donated by JAB18, a company that's been disbanded some time ago, unfortunately. Yeah, and it was added to Joomla in 2012, and since then we didn't really change a lot of things in there. However, Finder or Smart Search is an index-based search engine. It takes the whole content that you have in your site, creates a reverse index from that, does word stemming, so it creates the base of a word and stores that in the database, and later on when you're doing the search request, you get the results from that index, get all that weighted and sorted to get the best results, and yeah, get the whole stuff displayed. It also finally provides a unified search interface. ComSearch is really just a fire and forget thing, so it's not really helpful in sorting, in displaying all the different stuff that you can have in your search. Unfortunately, Finder or Smart Search has a few problems. My biggest problem is that it's very slow when indexing. Although indexing might not be such a big issue in general, because you only have to build your complete index once, in theory, I think it's quite an issue if the indexing on saving an article takes considerable time. So you can feel the difference between having Smart Search enabled and disabled on quite a few hosts. And indexing a really large site can take literally days. At the same time, indexing also means, or if you have a setup with several different servers with a staging setup and development environment, and you're rolling out your changes to the live site with a different content that you're introducing, you will have to do all this indexing or a lot of the indexing again, and that is an issue why I think we have to look hard at the speed of indexing in Smart Search. It also isn't especially fast when searching. That is a problem. It's something that bothered me. It's not really something that you will feel in your everyday life. What you're going to feel is that Smart Search is very memory intensive. Or storage intensive, can really blow up your database to 4 or 5 times the size of its size without the index. And unfortunately, Smart Search only supports some languages for indexing, especially non-Latin languages are poorly supported. We have a support for Chinese, but Japanese and all other languages that are not Latin character-based or don't use white space to separate words from each other are not supported, and especially we only support 3 languages for stemming the words. So it's not really multilingual, and if we want to make the Finder or Smart Search the future of Joomla searching, we have to especially work on that. Changes in Joomla 4.0. First of all, I want to improve the speed of the indexing, and I want to make searching a little bit faster. And as I just said, we need full language support. Right now, it's also not really easy to use. If you, I still have to find a person that can explain to me how the whole filtering of Finder is really supposed to work, and what the different stuff does. And unfortunately, a lot of extensions, a lot of components don't support Finder yet. I'm going to get to that later on. The first part that I've been working on is removing the artificial sharding that is in Finder. If you look in your Joomla database, you will see a lot of Finder links, terms, and then a number from 0 to 16 in hexadecimal tables. So 16 additional tables for linking terms to or words to different content items, and that was introduced originally in order to improve the performance of adding to the index and searching in the index. However, I don't know if that was even valid at that time, but right now it's actually a performance drain. Writing into 16 different tables and reading from 16 different tables when searching and all that stuff means a great or a big delay when using ComFinder. The next thing is that Smart Search indexes not only just each word in an article or in a calendar entry or similar stuff, but it also creates all permutations of 2 and 3 word phrases to mostly do the hinting when you type into the search box. You get a hint. Maybe you want to search for Joomla documentation files, something like that. And this really blows up your database size. As I said, you can get triple, quadruple the size of your database when using Smart Search and really indexing the whole thing. If you have a website with maybe 100 megabytes of articles on there, it can get quite large. And working on such a large database, again, reduces the speed. I'm advocating for simply dropping these term tuples. And also, we currently just have, or there is a method to have stop words, like all the classical stuff is, where I, you, and all that stuff might not be necessary. You don't really want to have that in your index. But there is no way for a different language to edit its own stop words, or for a user to add to those stop words. There's simply no interface in the backend. that would also mean less indexed terms. Yeah, we want to tokenize and stem terms. So if we are searching for Joomla or for Joomla days, we also want to find the term Joomla day. If we are searching for some abbreviation, we might want to also get the long term. In that case, we want to have support for more languages. Mainly, we want to have support for non-Latin based languages where you can split the words in different or by different means. And also stemming those words. There are nice algorithms to create the base of the word for basically all languages out there. Yeah, this is something that we would have to that the translation teams basically would have to provide. Smart Search or Finder also does provide complex search terms. You can have or you can search for Joomla and Cologne or Krakow, for example. But I'm questioning if we really need such a complex search system in Joomla, or if that is simply overkill, because if you need a simple search system in Joomla, you don't want to have you don't really need those complex search terms. If you want an enterprise search system, then Finder or Smart Search is not for you. In that case, you should use stuff like Elasticsearch, Solr, etc. Important, we need you to support the Smart Search also in your extension. That's why I've put the documentation link for creating your own Smart Search plugin up here. If you want to scan that or keep that in mind. And I've got a little surprise, because the work that I've done for Joomla 4.0, or that I'm also still working on for Joomla 4, is also available for Joomla 3.8. There is a plugin that you can download here. This plugin works completely transparently. You install it. It removes this artificial sharding. It provides the improved search. It also provides stemming for Dutch and for German and English. And if you have another language that you want to have stemmed or tokenized, contact me. I'll add them in as soon as I can. And yeah, just enable that plugin and otherwise use Smart Search like you've done before. If you don't think this plugin is useful, disable it, and the only thing that you have to do when enabling or disabling it is you have to rebuild the index once. Yes, I want to thank my sponsor for this little project, because Cloud Access was so nice and supported this endeavor with developer time. Yeah. And questions? Yes?
Something I'm looking for when I'm implementing a Joomla website is a sort of a page search instead of just a content search. Because sometimes we have content on a page that doesn't really, Joomla doesn't really know where this is, if it's based with modules and such.
Yeah.
And the result will then be a page that really doesn't exist within the
yeah.
website. Do you think that is something that could be built?
Again, Finder has a feature built in where you can say, okay, I want to have this in the index, or I don't want to have this in the index.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, that is not really available via the interface of Joomla. So it's not in the plugin that I've backported this in, but at least from my perspective, we are going to have this feature in Joomla where you can say, okay, index this page with components anywhere, modules anywhere, articles anywhere, whatever on it, and the whole output that generates, and use that as a search result in the site search, but don't integrate or don't display all the other stuff, or the articles that were pulled in there. So yes, it would be a part of Joomla 4.0, and I'm still discussing this with a few people that we're dropping com search for Joomla 4.0 to really boost this smart search, because simply I think it's stupid that we have two different means of searching the site, and we have to make sure that smart search is easier to set up and that people know about it. I've got a customer who asked me, oh, can we improve the search results? They're nice and all, but somehow I can't find the stuff that I'm really looking for. And we need those stemmed words, we need those fuzzy searching. And they didn't know that Joomla had smart search integrated already. So I'm really looking forward to kicking a few thousand lines of code out by com search, and also simplifying Finder. It's a really great tool, but it would be nice to size it down a little bit. Another question? In that case, thank you.
Thank you.